rocking. We are rocking. Oh, hello! Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Today's show is going to be a little bit raw around the edges, a little bit, on the cuff. I didn't have a whole bunch of time this morning to get things together, so thought we'd do things in a bit of a reverse. Let's start off by taking a look at the old Twitterverse, and then we'll get into my review for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. We'll take a look at the new Hunger Games trailer that dropped, and just see what's buzzing out there for the weekend. Bella Ramsey says Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen was one of their acting inspirations. Oh yeah. So what's it going to be like with Hunger Games movie without Jennifer Lawrence? So she says, quote, I remember watching Jennifer Lawrence in the Hunger Games and saying I wanted to do that when she was doing a big emotional crying scene. Big emotional crying scene. Okay. Well, you gotta have your idols, right? That's cool. Can't have a better one than, I would say, Jennifer Lawrence. Well-decorated actor. So, there you go. The final season of Top Boy, I never even saw any of the seasons. Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. Okay, so Yorgos is the guy who did the movies The Lobster, and Killing of the Sacred Deer. So he's doing a movie called Poor Things with Emma Stone as Bella. A woman brought back to life by Dr. Baxter, Willem Dafoe. Hungry for worldliness, Bella runs off with Duncan, Mark Ruffalo, a debauched lawyer on a whirlwind adventure across the continents. Huh. That sounds weird. After waking up from being dead, she runs off with Mark Ruffalo, a debauched lawyer on a whirlwind of adventures across continents. Now, we just saw an example this week of, a really well-established director in Ari Aster with Hereditary and Midsummer, given like free reign to do whatever the heck he wants. And he delivered a 3-hour movie called Beau Is Afraid, and it didn't resonate with the fans. I don't think it did. I don't see how it could, but anyway, Yorgos is another one of those people. I liked The Lobster when I saw it. I hated Killing of the Sacred Deer, but then I've come around to it and have been kind of like, well, actually, I think it's pretty much close to a masterpiece. And just like Hereditary with Ari Aster, Yorgos' Killing of a Sacred Deer, I think, is aging like a fine wine. But it's sharp, and you won't like it the first time you see it probably, due to the subject matter. So with this kind of a abstract description, hungry for worldliness, Bella runs off with Duncan, Mark Ruffalo, a debauched lawyer on a whirlwind adventure across continents. So, that premise alone gives me a little bit of pause, but we'll have to see. Jacob Elordi and Baz Luhrmann attend Tiffany & Co. We take a look at Jacob Elordi because he's some people's picks for the new Superman, but I think he doesn't look like the part. In certain angles, he looks like he could be like a decent Clark Kent, but he doesn't have the physique, which I'm sure he could fix. But the profile doesn't fit either. He looks okay straight on, but the profile doesn't match Clark Kent. That's my opinion. All right, what's next? Oh yeah, okay, so there's some more of those blown up shots from what? There's Emma Stone. Yeah, so she's going to be in this. And I think that's I like the cast for this Yorgos Lanthimos movie, but Poor Things, described as a reimagining of Frankenstein. With Emma Stone, yeah, she's awesome. I'll watch it because of her, and I'll watch it because of the director. But again, it gives me a little bit of a pause there because when you give these directors too long of a leash, sometimes they don't deliver. So Willem Dafoe playing kind of like the Dr. Frankenstein, putting her back together or something like that. Okay. Is it going to be in black and white? I got nothing wrong with the black and white, but it's not going to be because that shot's in color. Maybe this will be like a flashback of her getting resurrected or something like that. Very interesting project indeed. Paul Mescal and Melissa Barrera are star-crossed lovers in the dazzling modern reimagining of Carmen, now playing in select theaters. Carmen, is that opening up this week? Yeah, we'll take a look at what's opening up this week too. Well, I do like Melissa Barrera. And Paul Mescal, his star is on the rise since he got nominated last year, right? Yeah. Let's take some live comments while we are just getting things off the ground here. Pfeiffer says the audio and video quality is good. Well, thanks. Chris Schober says, how's it going? It's going pretty good, man. Chris Schober also asked, do you think the President Snow will be in the prequel for the Hunger Games? Well, he is. That's the younger version of him. We'll take a look at that trailer in just a few minutes. I just rewatched the Mickey movie. Okay. The favorite, Killing of the Sacred Deer. Yeah. Austin Butler would make a great Clark Kent. I don't know about that one. That one, when Austin Butler walks in a room, everybody's focus is going to attention be on him. Is that really a good match for Clark Kent? I don't know. Yeah. Even when he's bald, probably people will be like, he'll be like, yo, he's a heartthrob, right? All right. So, what's next? Anya Taylor-Joy. We like her. Elle Magazine. Okay, we don't need Elle Magazine unless. Who else is on there? Halle Bailey's on there. Okay. Or no, isn't that Storm Reed? Okay, that is Storm Reed, yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, the NFL draft was last night. I don't care about that. Polite Society is now playing in theaters with a Rotten Tomato score of 91%. Yeah, we'll take a look at what's opening up in the theaters this week, too. Amber Midthunder to executive produce and star in holiday action rom-com from Sienna West. Cool. We liked her in Predator Prey. Haven't seen her in any other projects yet, though. Oh, that's cool. Kiwi Kwan, Steven Spielberg, and Drew Barrymore reunite at Time 100 Gala. That's a cool photo. Yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't shoehorn him into the Indy 5 script. That's a real shame because they're both there. They both can do it. I don't know why they didn't do it. All right, I think that's all that is there. Happy birthday to Penelope Cruz. It just seems that we talked about Priyanka yesterday for some reason. What's this? Clock with Diana Aragorn is now streaming on Hulu. It's also on Disney Plus. It's also on Disney Plus. Florence Pugh. Yeah, you know I'm a Florence Pugh fan. God, she takes a great photo, right? Oh my God. Her face is just like, what do they call it? Symmetrical, where it's like equal on both sides. Good actress too. Really good. Florence Pugh for Tiffany & Co. First 2 episodes of Citadel are out now on Prime. Do I need to sign up for Prime again, guys? I'll wait for some early buzz on that one. Zoe Saldana on Vanity Fair. That's cool. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, that's next week already? Oh my God. Yes, James. Next week is Guardians of the Galaxy. So we'll be watching that next week, guys. Jason Momoa is going to be on Men's Health. Okay. I don't know. Something about him. Yeah, he's muscly, but he looks stocky for some reason. Like he's, I don't know if it's the waistline or maybe it's because he can't see the abs. Maybe he's pushing there. He's pushing his belly out there. Maybe that's why. Whatever. Okay. More Jacob Elordi. Okay. Anya Taylor-Joy. She always looks, well, she looks stellar in everything. Long hair. Appreciate that. Florence Pugh again. One thing, she's not shy. She's very comfortable in her body too, right? Florence Pugh showed off a lot of her body, too much at sometimes. Some of the stuff she wears to these things, I can't even show you because it's somewhat, like you can see there, see-through. So there you go. But not in those photos. Like these two are great photos. That one, that one is too. Good photo. All right, there we go. Dave Cobb co-wrote and produced the original songs performed by Rachel Zegler in The Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Let's just get into that today, right now. Let's do that. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm not going to watch the trailer here because I don't want to fool around with copyright strikes. But my impressions of the trailer, my first impressions of the trailer were, okay, so this guy's playing a younger Donald Sutherland. And his voice sounded okay. But we actually got some narration from Donald Sutherland towards the end, right?
Not survivors.
Peter Dinklage. This movie will make or break, I think, Rachel Zegler. Because she's had her opportunities with West Side Story, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and look what happened to that one. It buried. So she can't sustain two big losses in a row. And if this doesn't land, people are not going to care about Snow White, because they'll just put that on streaming and people will be like, ugh, why did we even bother, right? Do they have chemistry? It's definitely fallen more into that rom-com or like teen romance kind of stuff. Jason Schwartzman here, being like the TV commentator guy. Yeah, he can easily fill the shoes of like the Stanley Tucci role, because that's the power of Jason Schwartzman. He's awesome. Okay, so this is the guy who's playing the young Snow. So he picks her and then falls in love with her or something. Right? That's the story. She's going to be playing the Hunger Games and he's going to be like the outside influence on her. And he's like, run. But it looks like he trains her at one point. They go off on a retreat or something. And maybe it looks like he gets sucked into the games there.
You hear that, boy? It's the sound of snow.
It's the sound of snow. I don't know if that line works because his last name is Snow. I mean, that's the younger President Snow. I'm just kind of like, it's
not just about winning.
Everything is about winning.
Yeah. Viola Davis is here. So he's not in the game originally, but I think he goes in at some point to get her. He falls in love, but he realizes eventually that, you know, the Hunger Games itself are more worth protecting for his own interests or something like that. The trailer does end with Donald Sutherland's voice, right? Oh, you know what I can do? Yeah, I'll just do that.
It's the things we love most that destroy us.
Yeah, that's a good quote. I like that quote. And then you just get the logo there. The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I never read the book, so November 17th is when this comes out. It's going to be going right up against, well, it's going to be sandwiched in between Dune Part 2 and some other big ones there, too. Let's go take a look at the cast. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. New poster there as well. That poster kind of looks like, meh. Everyone hungers for something. Yeah, they meet, they fall in love. Snow mentors and develops feelings for the female District 12 tribute during the 10th Hunger Games. So I'm guessing that they're going to fall in love, but then he'll sacrifice her at the end and that'll be his turn to evil. Jamie Campbell Bower would have made a great good Snow. Really? Who's he played by here? Tigress Snow, Hunter Schafer. So that's a sister of his, maybe? Peter Dinklage, Casca. Tom Blythe. Yeah, this is Snow. Tom Blythe. Jamie Campbell Bower. Yeah, he was one, right, from Stranger Things? No other big names jump out at me here, guys. I'm not seeing anything else here that really jumps off the page other than like Tom Blythe, Jason Schwartzman, Peter Dinklage, Viola Davis, Hunter Schafer. Am I supposed to know who that is? We've seen her in the trailer, but I don't think I recognize anything else that she's been in. She hasn't been in that much. That's why Belle and Euphoria, which I never got to. Cuckoo and. Okay, there she is with Zendaya. All right. The Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes. Let's see what people were saying about it. As a fan of the book, I approve of this trailer. Okay, good. So the fan base is coming out for it. They have already captured the tone and the design of the book perfectly. Now let's see if they can capture the story and characters. Well, that's a good sign that they're at least not making the fan base angry like some people out there with the last name Abrams do. Anyway, that rage where Snow starts shooting at the Mockingjays, his frustration is beautifully captured here. This is going to be lovely to watch. Snow shooting at the Mockingjays, yeah. Bringing Snow's story to light was the stroke of genius. At least now we know why Snow is the way he is. Well, that's the thing too. Prequels telling you why the villain became the way that he is only works some of the times, right? When the villain is big enough to be kind of like the Darth Vader, right? Sometimes you don't need to know. Like what we just talked about this earlier this week with Disney, like turning. Well, we need to know why Scar wanted to kill Mufasa. I was like, what made him so evil? No, and I liked the Maleficent movies, but there wasn't the evil Maleficent that we've seen in the cartoon. She was nowhere ever close to that. She kind of turned into a superhero in the second one, which I liked, but because of Angelina Jolie. But it was like that's nowhere near any kind of representation as to the villain from the original story, right? Same with Cruella, right? One of the best Hunger Game books in the series. I really hope the movie will do the book justice. It's truly brilliant story. Susan Collins is great. So a lot of praise here. This movie series looks like it's going to be made for the fans who grew up with the franchise since the beginning. I'm so excited for this. So lots of people, a lot of the fan base seem to be very happy about this. November 17th is when this comes out. Are you guys hyped? Is it on your radar now? Is it something that makes you go, man, I want to check that out? I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the old Twitterverse and see what else is going on out there. Rachel Ziegler chooses to live. Okay, so she's going to sing in it too. Yeah. Well, very well. Yeah, it's all about the chemistry of these two, if it's going to work or not. He does sort of look like a younger. I can see shades of like around the eyes and stuff. I can see a younger Donald Sutherland maybe. Rachel Ziegler, I'm holding out hopes for you. Oh yeah, this guy freaking out in the middle of the trailer too. Did we watch that part? Let's watch that part where he's like, oh yeah. I don't think that was his intention.
I'm Lucky Flickerman, host of the Hunger Games.
First ever host of the Hunger Games. Okay, that's not the where the guy was like screaming. See if I can find it. See, they're saying that he was shooting at mockingjays there, but did you see any mockingjays up there? It's just because the fans of the book know what he's doing, right? Okay, there he is. Let's take a look at what this guy's outrage is all about.
You're monsters! All of you!
You're monster. Maybe because his pick in the Hunger Games died, right? And he realizes that this is barbaric. Yeah, it is barbaric. But okay. All right. Next. More ballad stuff. Peter Dinklage. He's like the game maker, right? Peter Dinklage, he's like the puzzle maker for the Hunger Games. Viola Davis. Guys, what's with all this Hunger Games stuff? There's more stuff to talk about than Hunger Games stuff, isn't there? Warrior, Season 3. Monica Barbaro and Joan Baez star along Timothy Chalamet's and Bob Dylan's biopic. All right. He's going to be singing himself in that, right? Timothy? I respect Bob Dylan as a musician, like his ability to craft songs and stuff as a songwriter. But I was like, his music, I'm not somebody who's going to sit down and listen to a Bob Dylan record. Monica Barbaro is the final negotiations to star. Oh, yeah, okay. James, you shouldn't say that. Bob Dylan's a legend. What are you talking about? Angela Bassett with Austin Butler. So you think he would be a good Clark Kent, huh? Yeah, I'm just trying to look at him like bald. He'll be fine. Because he's going to be bald for Dune Part 2. I wonder if they put like a skull cap on him. Because if this was just taken the other day, I guess your hair would grow out that long. Yeah, my hair doesn't. Yeah, you'll be able to grow that back. We'll have to see. Taken with the magnificent Angela Bassett. Cool. Kirsten Bell and Adam Brody will star in a new comedy for Netflix. In a series, Bell plays an outspoken agnostic woman who falls in love with a charming rabbi, played by Brody, totally upending his safe life plan. Well, I do like Kirsten Bell. I wish she got more work. Or like, she's got lots of work, but I mean, like, her star should have exploded big, right? So, well, maybe she didn't want to. Maybe she just wants to work on these series because she does have a family, right? I don't know. Josh Segarra. All right. First look at Alicia Vikander in Firebrand premieres at Cannes. Yeah, we saw that yesterday. What's hair? It's been a while. Elizabeth Olsen and Jesse Plemons for Love and Death. Yeah, that's the one where she plays like a housewife that wants adventure or something and then stumbles into being a murderer or something like that. Craziness. And she enlists Jesse Plemons to help her. And I like the suit, but what the heck is up with the shoes, man? You don't have the right footwear? That can't be kosher. Right? Jesse Plemons, lucky man. He's married to Kirsten Dunst. All right, what's next? Danny and Michael Philippou, a.k.a. Raka, to direct film adaptation of Street Fighter. No. What? Guys, what are you doing? So these guys are YouTubers that make content, and then they made their own horror movie called, what's it called? Something or Talk to Me. Yeah. With the hand, right? Now they're going to give them Street Fighter as your second project? Street Fighter. Street Fighter is going to be one that's hard, man, because if you don't do it with respect to the source material, it's going to get rejected easily, and it's already happened not once but twice already, right? With people trying to adapt Street Fighter with the Van Damme version, which people mock. They say that they like it, but they like the attempt of it. It was terrible, and you better if you call Ryu, that's the first thing that's going to be like people will reject straight up off the bat. And that's what the Van Damme version did. They called him Ryu. It's like, what the heck are you? Yeah. I don't know, man. That gives me pause because we haven't seen Talk to Me. It's getting lots of praise. And yeah, they may have grown up with Street Fighter, but I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't want you to ruin it. And then, what was that other bad one that came out? The Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li. God, that was awful. That was so awful. It was just, again, it's kind of like when you listen to those directors come in, we're going to make a Chun-Li and it's going to be so respectful to the source material. We're fans of the franchise. It's going to be really awesome. And then they cast the guy from Black Eyed Peas to be Vega. And you're like, what? Oh, sweet Jesus. What are we in for? What are we in for? So that's kind of why I'm hesitant about two younger guys bringing on for Street Fighter. Because if Street Fighter works, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat should work to set up these big franchises that all the studios want. Street Fighter, look how many games iteration has come out where it's basically just the same game. It's just updated graphics and tighter, controls. That's pretty much all it is. It's still a 2D fighter. But people still want to see it because of all the updated effects and stuff like that. And you can do that with these franchises. Mortal Kombat's got a vast, vast mythology behind it. Street Fighter, as long as they don't go into the Dark Hado stuff. Yeah, don't go into the Dark Hado stuff. Make it simple. Like, go into Bison. Go into talking about, like, how there's, like, Shadow Law corrupted all, like, the world's underworld and stuff like that, and how Bison's like the secret leader of this big force that could threaten like society, like that kind of thing. Deal more like into that. There is story dynamics that could be handled very easily there to make it compelling. But yeah, we'll have to see. Street Fighter 6 is due out June 2nd. Yeah. And I like what they did with the Cammy. Yeah, I have Cammy in there too. We'll have to see. The Philippines were hot filmmakers at the Horror Fest or whatever they were at for Talk to Me. Sources say the duo was available to capitalize on the buzz after the heat of their first movie, which is July 28th. Scored lucrative and low seven-figure deal for Street Fighter. Well, there's your directors for Street Fighter, guys. Just keeping our fingers crossed on this one. Street Fighter can only be improved upon. Well, that's what you would think. As long as they don't do anything stupid. Like, I don't know. Let's change some of the origins of these characters around. Yeah, like that. If they don't do anything like that. Mega. God, that was so... What's his name? Monkey or something? From Black Eyed Peas that played him? Like, it was awful. It was terrible. Yeah, I don't know what the heck you were smoking. Well, since we're on the Hollywood Reporter page, might as well take a look at what else is trending on their main page. James Corden's last show was last night? Okay. Will Ferrell and who is that guy? He's with somebody who he shouldn't be with. Olivia Wilde, right? Who is that guy? Come on, he's a big famous pop star kind of guy. Harry Styles, right? Sorry. Yeah. Diane Keaton, you're going to pray to get off this call. What is that, from a movie she's coming up? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 first reactions. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Yeah, because it comes out next week. So the review embargo must have dropped, right? Or is this just kind of like social media reactions? Some of the social media reactions already came out. Some people were kind of like mixed, right? Saying that it was like the most complex story ever or whatever. I teared up multiple times during Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's one of the most emotionally satisfying trilogy cappers ever made. And Rocket's storyline is just affecting anything in the MCU has ever done. So that, basically you're just telling me that Rocket is going to die in this. Is that what you get from that comment? Love Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn is leaving Marvel with an exceptional last film, and it's loaded with so many great moments, it's hard to pick my favorite scene. Now, I am looking forward to it. Oh, that's Steve Weintraub. Yeah, you don't need to listen to him. Why, James? Because he is one of the heads over there at Collider, at least in the written divisions. So he's got a vested interest of not making people angry and writing scathing reviews. So he always, more often than not, would write a puff piece about it, right? That's why I don't take his word with eating great steak. Who else? James Gunn really made one of the best CBM comic book movies ever. Gives the franchise the perfect ending with an emotional story, good CGI, and a terrific villain. It's incredible how Gunn never misses on humor. Okay. What's going on here now? Why did you just go white? Oh. Were these tweets? Okay, that's why. Those were tweets. All right. Hollywood Handle. All right, now I can't find out where that was. Oh, well. Yeah. After so much superhero movie fatigue, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is a refreshing and unexpected joy to watch. It carries tons of emotional weight, laughs, and action. There are moments that surprise me in mixed ways, but it's beautiful tribute to friends who are like family. And that's the thing, too. People are going to use this as a marker, as a tent pole, or like a benchmark, is to say, oh, the MCU's back. The MCU's fine. If Guardians makes like $1 billion, it'll be like, oh, the MCU's back on track now. Everything's fixed. Not necessarily, because remember, this is going to be they've publicly declared that this is going to be the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie with these characters. This is the last one. So it's not as if this makes $1 billion, we're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy 4. We may, but we won't. It won't be with these characters. It won't be with this team. So it's kind of like this is the end, and I've got no problem with it being the end because they got to start wrapping up some of these back storylines because these are not the main Avengers that people want to be following. And it sounds like it's going to end on a good note, which is good. That's what I want to hear. That's the way that you wanted people coming out of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania feeling. Like, this wrapped up Ant-Man's storyline so well. He can appear now just in the background in Avengers movies and stuff, and we're okay. We don't need Ant-Man 4. But that's what they were trying to do with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and it failed on a monumental level. Okay, so is that it? See if anybody else's names jump off at me. I wanted to see if Perry Nemiroff or somebody else was here because I saw hers on my Twitter feed this morning. So hopefully she got. We'll take a look at hers. She's become kind of like the punching bag of the movie punditry universe, and it kind of sucks. I got nothing wrong with her. She's got a weird bias against Jessica Chastain, which I kind of find humorous. And she does make some bold declarations about movies. Sometimes she's right, sometimes she's wrong. So let's see what she said. James Gunn, quickly becoming phenomenal blockbuster director, might deliver a Superman movie, but he really needs to stop putting his family and friends in his movies. It's super distracting and took me out of the whole sequence. Okay, well, she goes, yeah, and I kind of respect that she goes against the grain a little bit, right? I have to pay attention to what she does because, well, I also do movie stuff. And I'm not ignorant to what other channels are doing. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't watch what the other channels do because I don't care about it. That's kind of like me saying that, hey, I make cars. I don't care what BMW or Jaguar is doing or whatever. I make my own. No, you do market research, man. And that's what I do. Critical Overlord. All right, so that's it. But overall, the early buzz for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is good. So that's good. Well, I mean, guys, that's what you want to hear, right? I'm going to see if Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is on Rotten Tomatoes yet. I don't if the embargo's dropped or not. See if we got a percentage yet. No. Okay, so the embargo must not be dropped until probably next week. But I'm seeing it on May 4th, Star Wars Day. So come pay attention for my straight out of the theater reaction for that one. I love the Tekken lore expanded upon. Tekken would be cool too. Yes, Hourglass. Well, raccoons only live 3 years in the wild, apparently, so Raccoon's time was up a while ago. But he's been surgically altered, right? And Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was James Gunn's parting gift. Marvel has lost a good director. Well, that and he's going to be consumed with DC projects. Directing the Superman and making that universe hopefully good to watch. Yeah. Okay. Let's go into what's opening up this weekend, and then I'll do my review for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Let's go over and take a look at the theater listings. Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yes, you can't go wrong with that. I would go check that out if you haven't. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. I saw it yesterday, and I liked it. But it had its story problems. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Oh, Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world. My God, that's a long title. That's a long title. Now, this one I'm probably going to miss. I'm not going to go see that one, biography. I know that it's got like Forrest Whitaker in it and stuff. I'm just, guys, I've seen 3 movies in the last week. Sisu is playing. Oh, God. And that's the one that would take priority over George Foreman. Sisu, which means P in Telugu. God. Sisu? Yeah. John Wick Chapter 4. Yeah, that one's good to see. Evil Dead Rise, you know how I feel like that one. It's not the worst movie I've seen of the month. It just didn't live up to my expectations. What Was Afraid? Really, no. Stay away from that one. Suzumi, that's another one that I would love to go see, but again, it's just timing. I don't know. Born to Fly Mandarin. Never even heard of that one. But as you can see, it's good to see that Cineplex is starting to bring in some of the foreign language films. Got to champion that, right? What else is playing? Big form. Polite Society. That's the one that I saw that was being listed as today as well, right? Guys, get these pop-ups. Mary Mash of Sister Affection. Is this a Hindi movie? Yeah, it's a Hindi movie, right? It looks like it's in English, so I don't. If it's Hindi, and has subtitles. Usually it says subtitles, but it looks like it's maybe English. Polite Society, huh? What else is playing? Pope's Exorcist is still playing. Kissy Ka by Kissy Ki John. That's the one with Pooja Hegde, right? I wanted to see that one. But it's only playing. Oh, no, it's playing 325. Again, it's just like, I want to see us. Sisu is playing. Let's take a look at the 7:35 showing, see if it's got people, lots of people. It's only 91 minutes. So it's got some X's. People are going to go check it out. Sisu. That's that Finnish film, right? Where he's like stumbling upon some Nazis and then he's got to take them out or something. Esjano Dur Kit Jai. That's a Punjabi movie, okay. Avatar's still playing? What the heck? I don't know what the heck's going on with that. But yeah, Are You There, God is the only other big release. I want to see what the seat previews are for my Cineplex. For Sisu. 6 people so far. That's for the 3 o'clock show. Or sorry, 5 o'clock show. See the 7:40 show. Got some more people booked in there. All right. Yeah, Sisu has to have the theater experience and a half. Looking forward to it. The trailer is bananas. Yeah, it's kind of like he is like John Wick, right? He can fight and he dispatches all of them in brutal fashion. Okay, let's talk about Are You There, Margaret? It's Me. Let's pull up the trailer for that too. I'm just going to pull up the trailer and then I'll get into my review, which I got to adjust that poster. So I'm just going to go over to my OBS and slide over that poster. That's a little bit better, right? All right. Okay, take down the chat captures. Put up the number 4. And we will get underway. Are You There, God? It's Me. Margaret is in theaters this weekend, guys. And I got to tell you, my initial impressions of it were pretty good. I thought it was a fairly charming movie. So what's this movie about? Well, it's being adapted from a book like back in a while ago. But the synopsis reads, when her family moves from the city to the suburbs, 11-year-old Margaret navigates new friends, feelings, and the beginning of adolescence. Yes, this is a coming-of-age story for a girl that's in 6th grade and the trials and tribulations therein. It has Rachel McAdams in it, and she does a good job. Like, so does the main girl there who plays Margaret. She does a great job too. Acting is a standout in this. Actually, all the actors in this were fairly good. Abby Ryder Fortson plays Margaret. Okay. Rachel McAdams plays her mother. Kathy Bates plays the grandmother. She does good. Benny Safdie is the father. Herb. And then she's got a bunch of younger friends. And I got to tell you, guys, I'm a male. I don't know, like when somebody says to me, well, you'll never understand, James, because you're a man. It's kind of like, guys, get out of there with that stuff. I understand what the movie's trying to tell me. I understand subject matter of what it means to become like an adult, right? Going through puberty is basically what this movie's about, right? Now, I may not know the cultural impacts of that. That was one of my main observations. This is very North American suburbs coming of age story, right? For younger females, but it was like handled in a way that was charming. I liked it, and I could see my niece and my grandmother and my niece's mother are going to go see this on the weekend, and I think they're going to have fun times with it because my niece is in grade 6 right now, so it's a perfect age for this as well. So I can just see them when I was watching it. I could see them laughing at certain parts. I could just see that in my head. So I can see that, yeah, the demographic that this is aimed for, I think is going to find this rather appealing. I can see that, guys. I'm not ignorant to it. But I do know story structure. I know shot composition. And it does have some story issues towards the end where it's just kind of like, oh, all of a sudden this is happening. Well, how did we get there so quickly? And it's just like, it wraps up a little too quickly at the end, where I was thinking, like, there's got to be more of the story from the book that they had to cut out due to the runtime of the movie, right? Like, it feels like there was more in there. There was more story to tell. There was a subplot with the grandparents, not only with Kathy Bates' character, but Rachel McAdams' parents as well. There was a plot in there that kind of, like, I felt got left a little not unresolved, but kind of like, there's a reason why her parents won't want to talk, doesn't want to be there, right? Why they're not in the movie for most of it. There's a reason for that, and it just kind of gets shoved to the background, and it's kind of like, well, that would be a rather major big point normally, right? And that's what I mean by some of the story structure being kind of like, yeah. Oh, and yeah, there they are in the drugstore buying feminine napkins and stuff like that. So, like, that kind of stuff. I was the only dude in the theater while I was watching this movie. So yeah, I could feel like, it felt like all the other females in the theater were like, why is this guy in here? What's going on with that? So, like, if anybody ever told me, like, or asked me, James, why don't you go see kids movies? It's because I don't want to be sitting in a theater all by myself with a bunch of kids, because it feels a little bit uncomfortable. Well, this felt uncomfortable when it was like, I'm the only dude in the theater and everybody else is like females who probably read the book and want to see, relate to the material. It's kind of like, I felt that pressure. And I know you shouldn't, but I did. Did it bother me? No, because I just shrugged it off. But I could feel it while I was there. It was kind of like, yeah, they're buying napkins, like eating popcorn, and like, guys, I'm trying to have a snack here. We're talking about the functions of the body. But it was charming. I liked it. Overall, guys, I would say that I had a good time with it. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about it as of 11:48 a.m. on Friday. 99% by critics, 100% by the audience. Wow, that's some good ratings. That's high ratings. I don't know if I'd be quite that high. I'm just hitting the refresh to see if that's accurate or not. And it is. So 50 or 90 reviews? 90 reviews. It's 99%. So it's really high. It's really high. Wow. So we're going to be hard pressed to find any bad review in here. There's probably only going to be one. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews from Movie Mom. It is very rare film that is honest in a very low-key way, but about the stirrings of female desire. Female desire? They're 6 years old. They play like they got like their crushes on people. Oh, okay, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Boston Globe. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is a cinematic blessing. Go see it and take your preteen kids. Yes, even the boys. Okay. Well, it does deal with some younger boys in there as well, but they interact with them. There's some humorous moments too when they're like playing games like spin the bottle and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I mean by charming. Let's see if we can locate this negative review that took it down to 99%. Shouldn't take us that long since there's only 90 reviews. But I want to see some contrast here. I want to see some contrast. Somebody said that they didn't like it, and I want to know what they didn't like about it. If you like, this is not a movie where like a bunch of 20-year-old guys are going to go to the theater and be like, yeah, let's have some fun time watching this movie. That's not for them, right? Amy Nicholson from Variety says, this adaptation seems uneasy, putting funny, flawed, and all too realistic Margaret on screen exactly as she is. Today, it's not enough to be representative. Margaret must be a role model too. Must? See, now I don't like that. I don't like that. Must be a role model too. Must. See, that's when you're putting your own stigma on it, and I don't agree with that. Like, we all do it, but it's kind of like Luke Skywalker must be the big heroic Jedi Master. And then when you don't do that for us, I guess, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm biting my own. Um, Adaptations, uneasy, putting funny, flawed, and all too realistic. All too realistic. What's wrong with it being realistic? I'm sure girls have lots of like self-conscious about buying those things the first time, and I felt like it portrayed that accurately. Um, yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but overall, guys, my impression of it is not 99%. It's not 100. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Probably comes in around an 8 out of 10 for me. There you go. If this is a book series, I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments, because I want to know if her story continues. The door's left wide open. I think it's going to do fairly good at the box office this weekend. It's not going to beat, unless it makes more than 25 million, which it may. I don't know if it's going to beat Super Mario, because Super Mario is still running strong, but it's got a chance. It's got a chance, and it's worth checking out for sure. There it is, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains. Okay, slight spoiler talk. When I was talking about the grandparents there's some really rich story there that you could deal with, because her Kathy Bates is the mother of the father, and they're Jewish, and Rachel McAdams is Christian. So you could see that there was some pull there, and there is a struggle they were trying to have there for her. Which religion am I? Do I even believe in God? Because it's in the title, right? But she's constantly saying, "Are you there, God?" throughout the movie, kind of like in her narrations. So there was something there that could have been very big and impactful towards the end. But there's like a showdown between the grandparents kind of thing. And it felt like they were pulling their punches. That's all I'll say. Because there could have been some very big explosive drama there. But maybe they just felt like they didn't want to step on people's toes with it. But I want to see more. And good young actress there. Abby Ryder Fortson is her name, right? This is her debut work, I think. And I think it may be. Let's go over to her IMDb. She portrayed it well. She carried it fairly well. Okay, so she's got more credits here. Oh, she got like 19. A lot of voice work. Okay. Well, yeah, she commanded her voice very well in this. CJ, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Cassie. Oh, she was the first Cassie. She was one of the Cassies. They've recast Cassies so much. She was the younger Cassie. Okay. In Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah. She's going to be someone that you have to watch. Because her career is going to skyrocket. See if I can get a shot of her from... what am I looking for? Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Or Ant-Man and the Wasp. No. I guess I'm not going to get... Oh, there it is. Yeah, so she's very, very young. How old is she? Like, she I don't think she's really in grade 6. James, you shouldn't be like, yeah. Don't ask about that. That's creepy. That's creepy, right? I'm curious, just to see if the age relates. But anyway, I guess it does. Yeah. But do you see how I'm fairly measured when it comes to these things. I'm able to keep an open mind about it. And I could totally see people coming out of this with like a pompousness to them, kind of like, "You're not a woman, you won't understand what's going on with." It's like, get out of here. That's like, there's just no time for that anymore. Let's go over to the deadline and see what other headlines are out there. Eva Green, actress, wins UK court case over collapsed film A Patriot. Oh yeah, she pulled out of the film because it was kind of like the film was not going to be a good film. It was going to be like extremely low budget fare, and it wasn't going to be a good project for her career. Like it was going to be just a paycheck kind of thing, right? But then she realized it was going to be like Birdemic quality of budget. Geez, James, you're really hard on Birdemic. I know, but it's just so easy to use that as an example for low budgetness. But yeah, so she won. Good for her. I do like Eva Green as an actress. Deadline. Your page is no. I'm not a big fan of Deadline's site anymore. Variety, let the games begin. Everybody will be talking about that. BBC chair Richard Sharp resigns over a role in Boris Johnson loan saga. Ooh, that's ugly. Avatar's actors will be AI Unleashed celebrity simulation rights. What? Guardians of the Galaxy 3 early reviews. Yeah, we talked about that. James Gordon. Looks like we've pretty much hit everything here today, guys. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:57 already. Wow. That was a quick hour. Twisted Metal trailer just dropped. Yeah, I saw that the Twisted Metal poster also dropped this morning. So maybe we can find that here in our Twitter. Okay, we know that Rihanna's going to be Smurfette. We know about Smile 2. I could have sworn that the poster for Annabelle Dexter joins American Horror Story. Okay. I could have sworn that the Twitter had the Twisted Metal poster. I'll refresh my YouTube feed and see if it's on there, and if it is, we'll watch it here because I do want to watch that. It's got like Anthony Mackie in it, and I grew up playing Twisted Metal for hours on end with one of my high school buddies. Okay, so I'm not seeing it there. Let's go over to the Twisted Metal and see if it's there. Twisted Metal trailer just dropped. Cool teaser. It's got Sweet Tooth in the thumbnail. That's cool. Oh, like a mock-up of him. Of course, it's just an ad. We'll watch it here, though. I don't care if this gets copyright claimed. Quite a few Marvel cameos in Ghosted. Really? Cool. All right. Twisted Metal teaser just dropped. Let's check it out. Who are you guys? Who did you play? I played Sweet Tooth, right? How could you not play Sweet Tooth? And then I played the guy with the big wheels on the side with the machine guns. I played that guy too. Now this is going to be a series. It's not a movie, right? And the soundtrack for Twisted Metal. Yeah, that's signature.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh, can't use that in the trailer. Okay, so yeah. You my sunshine. Twisted Metal. Is that it? New series. Okay, there's Sweet Tooth. Yeah. Come on. How could you not show us Sweet Tooth? Okay. Yeah, and who was it? Somebody weird that plays Sweet Tooth. I'll have to look that up. Anthony Mackie. He's just playing like a normal driver, right? It's going to be 11 episodes? Season 1, 11 episodes on Peacock. Mike John Doe's Anthony Mackie. John Doe. Jamie Roberts. Stephanie Beatriz, quiet. Who's playing Sweet Tooth? Come on, who's playing Sweet Tooth? Matthew Rimmer. Thomas Hayden Church is going to be in this. Nev Campbell is going to be in this. Cool. Raven. Looking for. Will Arnett is Sweet Tooth. Okay. Will Arnett is Sweet Tooth. Did we see that in the trailer? July 27th. Whoops. Was it Will Arnett or was it yeah, does that, or is it just like a body double? He just does the voice. That doesn't look like Will Arnett. That looks like somebody else's body. Yeah. That's definitely not Will Arnett. But it's Sweet Tooth, the driver, at least. Very callback to like Leatherface, right? Will Arnett. And they better not kill Sweet Tooth right away. But it's basically, guys, what it is kind of like a big derby, destruction derby kind of thing. Yeah, there's the official poster that I saw. You can't see me because, let's see if I can put that out there. Yeah, there it is. Anthony Mackie with Sweet Tooth there in the background. Peacock original series. Yeah, Jace Samoa Joe is Sweet Tooth. Arnett is the voice. Oh, okay. As a series though, like, I mean, I don't know how that's going to happen, or what the bulk of the story is going to be. As I said, it's like a destruction derby kind of thing. Follows a motor-mouthed outsider offered a chance at a better life, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Well, that's not what that's not what the game was about, delivering a package. But okay, somehow they'll be able to work that in. Stephanie Beatrice, do I know what else she's been in? The name sounds vaguely familiar. In Canto, she was Maribel. Okay. Maybe that's what I recognize her from, because we just watched Encanto a while back. I must have looked her up on the resume. Chele Ramos? Is that how you say? Chel Ramos? Sorry if I'm butchering that name. Pensacola. Outer Banks. The Walking Dead. Shira. All right. Well, interesting. Stephanie Beatriz is in Brooklyn. Oh, okay. Fascinating. Yeah. Was that the only trailer that dropped today? I'm sure there's going to be other stuff. This is the last day or second last day of CinemaCon? Or was it yesterday? I don't know. Trying to see if there's any more trailers. Twisted Metal. Again, this guy hated all the trailers. He made all these hate videos about it. Why did you watch the movie then if you hated it? You're cashing in on outrage culture, man, and you gotta... Oh, that bums me out. It's like... Yeah, dude. The thing is that, yeah, cashing in on outrage culture gets you views and clicks and stuff like that. And why are you doing this? I can understand it from a business point of view, but the clout that comes with it is you get people who only want to hear one thing, and that's that you agree with their views, and usually their views are they hate certain types of people, and I'm not on board for that. I'm definitely not on board for that. Guys, that's the show. There's nothing more else to talk about other than this horrible Transformers animated movie that's going to be coming out with Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, and Brian Tyree Henry. What? but it explores the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron. So Chris Hemsworth is going to be Optimus Prime, and Brian Tyree Henry is going to be Megatron. To that, I just say, why? That's kind of like saying, well, this movie's about Darth Vader, but his voice is no longer going to be James Earl Jones. It's going to be Edgar from over there. It's like, why? You still got the voice. You're allowed to use the voice for Optimus Prime. It's animated. Why would you put in Chris Hemsworth voice as Optimus Prime for something it doesn't compute, man. Especially since Peter Cullen says that he loves the character and everybody wants Peter Cullen to do the voice. But Chris Hemsworth, Optimus Prime, Brian Tyree Henry, which they're good actors, but he's going to be Megatron. Scarlett Johansson's Alita, Keegan-Michael Key's Bumblebee, John Hamm is going to be Sentinel Prime, and Lawrence Fishburne is Alpha Trion. New animated movie discussing the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Well, if you're going to do Optimus Prime, you got to do him right. Talk about the backstory where he was like Ultra Magnus. He was just a soldier. He reluctantly took the mantle of being the leader of the Autobots. He didn't want to be. So maybe if they explore it like that, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah. Discussing Film usually has got some good Twitter stuff. Let's go over to their profile and see what they've got listed up on their Twitterverse. Sometimes they get stuff under the nail there. Yeah, new Twisted Metal. We got that. Thanks to Bifer bringing that to our attention. Andy Samberg will voice Ben Reilly across the Spider-Verse. Okay. Final season of Top Boy. Yeah, we got that. We got the pictures of that. Peter Pan and Wendy debuts with 75% on the Rotten Tomatoes and 32% on reviews. Yeah, we're gonna end off with that, guys. Let's end off with this because I am going to be watching this movie. I am going to be watching Peter Pan and Wendy because it's supposed to be raining all afternoon, and I'm not going to be able to get out to do the things that I want to. So I may turn on the camera today, guys, at like around 1 o'clock-ish. Let's say, yeah. I don't know. The thing is that I can't watch it traditionally. Like, you know how I do watch-alongs and I got like the video here and stuff. Because it is getting flamed by people. They have been very protective over, the 94% for Sisu. 92. Good reviews for that. But they've been very protective of anybody who shows footage of it, and they've been blocking any trailer reactions from what I understand. Wait, the Black Demon is out? That's that big shark movie. Well, not 9%. No. Okay. What was I was looking for Peter Pan and Wendy. I need confirmation. I do want to watch it because I do want to add it to my movies that I've watched this month, so that in a couple of days here I'll do my best to worst list ranked videos for April here. 69 by the critics, 46 by the audience. And the audience, like as I said, with the hate videos, people are just gonna like, this is the bandwagon hate that people will be like, they haven't even seen it, but they'll say thumbs down regardless because they have this opinion that it's going to be like trying to shove social justice down their throats. And they haven't seen it. But they're like, no, I saw it in the trailer. They're trying to tell me what to do. And it's like, get out of here with that BS. You're a grown man. You're sitting here making videos that you hate being told what to do. You're starting down that line of being a crybaby, and that's why I don't respect. That's why I don't want to make the outrage culture videos. right? That's not for me. That's why when I watch this, I'm going to give it a fair shake. Yeah. So that'll be the final movie I watch for April. And as I said, I don't know if we'll be able to watch it together. Laurie, for what it's worth, does attempt to add depth to thornier character dynamics and his trademark ethereal directorial flares, but Peter Pan and Wendy ends up coming off as a listless attempt to recapture a magic that was never there to begin with. Laurie's tone is perhaps a little too gloomy, too existential to be appreciated by kids of all ages, but the precocious ones eager to grow up fast might just hold this one close. Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, the director is the guy who did The Green Knight, right? So, yeah. Peter Pan and Wendy has its moments, but frustrating lack of imagination by Lowry holds it back from reaching the heights and the Neverland deserves. Instead, it's a dumb and dry reimagining that has apparent poignant moments that are half-baked. But it's on Disney Plus, and I got Disney Plus, so we'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll give them my review, and that'll be it. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Enjoy your weekend. Hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you next time. Tomorrow for horror movie news, right? I need to get my breakfast. I'm running overtime. See you next time. You're watching Mirror Domains.